Hi yogis, welcome to Yoga with Sydney. This is Yoga for Your Bum Part 2. I thought of some more awesome bum exercises that I wanted to share with you. So we're gonna start off our practice at the top of the mat. And then just beginning with our Ujjayi breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Starting to create that whisper sound as we inhale and exhale. And then we'll inhale, taking the arms up to the sky. And exhale, bowing all the way forward, reaching down for the earth, and just relax your neck. If your hands don't touch the floor, you can bend your knees, or if you have a block, you can put your hands on a block and stretch your legs. And just relax the neck here, relax the jaw. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, halfway lift, coming up onto the fingertips or placing the hands on the shins. Opening up the heart, looking about 3 feet out in front of you. And then inhale and exhale, place the hands on the earth, and we'll step back into plank pose. So shoulders are on top of the wrists. We're lifting up through the breastbone, up through the chest, and we're engaging through the front of those legs. Lift up through the waist. From here, shift forward on your toes for chaturanga. So you can stay on the toes or drop the knees. Slowly lower chest, same time as hips. Hover off the floor or come to your belly. Inhale for cobra pose, keeping the elbows bent. Rolling the shoulders down and back, opening up the heart. And then lowering down and pushing up onto the knees. Sinking the hips toward the heels to lengthen out that low back. Staying in child's pose. Or finding your rest here in downward facing dog. As you spread your fingers wide, hands are shoulder width apart. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up to the sky. And draw your belly button in toward your spine if you're in downward facing dog. Find that upside down V position with the body. Taking most of the crease out of the hips, out of the wrists, and really pushing your hips up and back. So finding that length in the spine. If you're in child's pose, come into downward facing dog. We'll come forward to get into plank pose and hold it here, gazing toward the top of the mat. So looking about where the fingertips are and then looking slightly forward of those fingertips. Shift forward on the toes so the shoulders come toward the fingertips and slowly lower to chaturanga again. Exhale, elbows bend straight back. Inhale to cobra or come forward into upward facing dog this time, pushing into the hands and engaging those abdominal muscles to support your low back as you lift your thighs up off of the earth. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Inhale, exhale, roll over those toes or tuck the toes under to lift your hips back up to the sky for downward facing dog. Breathe into the back of the rib cage and exhale all of the air out, so emptying the lungs completely. Relax the neck. Gaze at a point on the earth between your feet. And then bring your feet together and we'll take that right leg up to the sky, lift it nice and high, gaze forward, come forward on those left toes as you lift that right knee high and step it through. And then from here, find your lunge position. So just keep the hands on the floor here for a moment, reaching the heart forward, keep that back leg nice and strong. And then once you have your balance, you're gonna press into the right heel and take the arms up to the sky for high lunge. So balancing on those back toes. Ooh. If you're having trouble with the balance, you can always hop your left foot slightly to the left. And then keep grounding down through that right heel. Relax your shoulders, draw the lower belly in. Keep that back leg nice and straight and then sink down a little bit here to really work that right glute. And keep the breath going, keep the mind calm as you exhale. Good, one more breath here, breathe in, breathe out. From here, we'll take the hands back down to the earth and then step the right foot back into downward facing dog. Shift forward into plank pose and slowly lower to chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale up dog or cobra and exhale back into downward facing dog. bring the feet closer together. Left leg is going to go to the sky. Reach through those toes. Shift forward on the right toes as you lift your left knee high and step it through. Ground down through that left heel. Reach the heart forward. Find your balance here for a moment. Good. Keep that breath going. Keep the back leg nice and straight. And when you're ready, we'll take the arms up to the sky. Remember, you can always hop your right foot slightly to the right. It will help a bit with the balance here. Keep pressing that left heel into the earth. Keep tightening those lower abdominal muscles. And lift up and out of your hips. Really lengthen that waist. Relax the shoulders. See if you can sink a little deeper into the left knee to really challenge that left glute. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, bring the hands back down. Step all the way back into downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Stay on the toes or drop the knees for chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale to cobra pose or upward facing dog. And then push all the way back into child's pose or downward facing dog. Resting here. Just continuing this breath. And if you're in child's pose, come into downward facing dog. We're going to bring the feet closer together and again take that right leg up to the sky. Shift forward on the left toes, lift the right knee high and step it through into, again, high lunge. So find your balance, ground down through that right heel, and take the arms up to the sky. Hold it here and breathe. Draw the lower belly in. Good. Now you can either stay right here or see if you can shift all of your weight into that right foot for warrior three pose. So we're gonna lift that back leg, kick out through the back heel. Arms are gonna reach forward out in front of you, or you can put the arms down by your sides or out to the sides for balance. Keep the hip bones facing the earth, so hips are square. Your standing knee, your right knee is soft. You don't want to lock or hyperextend. Spread those right toes into the earth. And then we're going to step it all the way back into our high lunge and hold it here. And we'll do that again. So either staying here or shifting into that right foot. Warrior three pose, arms are out in front or by the sides for balance. Keep kicking out through that back heel. And then we'll step it back to our high lunge. I feel that in my right bum. Let's do it one more time, okay? So shift forward into that right foot. Yikes. Hold here for warrior three or arms down by the sides. Find the balance here. Maybe see this time if you can bend that right knee and stretch it out. So bend it and stretch it out, keeping that back leg off the earth. My balance is a little challenging today. Bend and straighten it. Last time. Ouch. And we'll step it back to our high lunge. And then bring the hands down to the earth. And from here, step that right foot back into downward facing dog. We'll do the same thing on the left side. So taking that left leg to the sky. Look forward and lift that knee high as you step it through. Find your high lunge position here. Take the arms up to the sky. Breathe. Ground down through that left heel. And either stay here or shift into that left foot for warrior three pose. So arms are extended out in front of you. The plant's in my way. Or the arms are out down by your hips or out to the sides for balance. Kick out through that back heel, nice strong back leg. Make sure your standing knee is not locked or hyperextended. So you want a softness in that left knee. And then we'll step all the way back into high lunge position. So holding it here, or we'll do it again, shifting into that left foot. Warrior three pose. Arms are forward or by the sides. Kicking out through that back heel. Nice strong back leg. Holding here, tightening those abdominal muscles. And then we'll step it back. Whew. Arms go back up. Ground down through that left heel. Maybe let's do it one more time. Whew. Shift forward. Arms forward again or down by the sides. And stay here or bend that left knee and straighten it. So bend and straighten it, keeping that back leg lifted off of the earth. Bend and straighten. This balance is no joke. I don't know how you guys are doing, but last one. I'm on the struggle bus. Step back. Whew, feel that in my left glute. Arms are up again. We'll bring the hands down. Step it back into downward facing dog. Oh man. Let's cycle through vinyasa. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale up dog or cobra. And then exhale, use your abdominal muscles to lift your hips. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in and exhale. Empty those lungs. Now from here, gaze forward. Either step or jump the feet around your hands. And sink your hips nice and low for Malasana. So your knees and toes are pointed to a 45-degree angle. Your heels are on the edges of your mat. If you're up here, just be up here. You don't have to be all the way down. If you're a little further down, just drop those hips nice and low and shift into the right foot and the left foot. Lifting the heart, opening up the heart here. Maybe put the hands at the heart. This feels so good. You might just want to stay here, which you can totally do. If you want to do a little bit more work for the bum, we're going to stand up and then sink back down, but just to knee height. So pushing up and back down. So arms are a little bit forward of the chest so that we can't drop the chest. Keep the heart lifted. Weight is back in the heels. Really tighten those lower abdominal muscles. And try not to overly arch that low back. So you're just dropping nice and low and push back up. Sink down and back up. Stay connected with your breath. Mouth is closed. We're breathing through the nose. Nice and low. Last one. Now let's sink down and pulse here. So little pulses. Keeping the weight back in the heels. Keep tightening those abdominal muscles. See if you can drop your hips a little lower here. And then we'll push back up and sink down again. Back up and sink down again. Whew. I feel this in my bum. I hope you do too. And let's do 3 more. 2. Last one. Now sink down again. Little pulses here. Drop your hips nice and low. Keep the weight back in the heels. Keep the heart lifted. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Sink back down into Malasana as low as you can go. And we'll come all the way down into a seated position here. So we'll stretch the hips by lying down onto the back. Hugging the knees into the chest. Releasing any tension in that low back as we rock side to side. And then we'll cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh. I forgot to close my little closet thing here. Make it nice and pretty for you guys. And then flex that right foot. And you can thread your right arm between the legs if you can reach. And grab onto your right shin or your right hamstring, wherever you can reach. And rock side to side. Keep pulling back on those right toes so you get that nice stretch in the right hip. And just continue your breath to help open up the body. And then we'll switch and do the other side. So crossing that left ankle on top of the right thigh, pulling back on the left toes. Maybe threading the left arm between the legs if you can reach, grabbing onto that right shin or right hamstring, and rock side to side. This is pigeon on the back or figure 4 stretch. Again, using the breath to help open the body. And then from here, we'll bring the knees into the chest again, interlacing the fingers if you can reach, or maybe grabbing the wrists or the elbows. And we'll take happy baby pose, pulling the knees apart, holding the shins, rocking side to side. Or if you can reach the soles of the feet, you can grab the soles of the feet and rock out that low back, rocking side to side. Getting as much of the low back on the floor as possible. Massaging the kidneys here as we rock out. And then draw your knees back into your chest. And gently rock yourself up to sitting. And if you would like to take a longer Shavasana or meditation, I have a few meditation videos you can check out. But thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that your bum feels great, and I hope to see you again soon.